this series, we're going to be looking at more advanced play skills using cooperation across multiple play sets. And in order to participate in this series, your child will need to have some play skills already. Some of those include parallel play, the ability to share and trade materials easily, following kind of some basic play directions and being able to give play directions with some specifics. For example, put the green truck on top of the blue bridge so that you can understand their play ideas. And they should be able to easily imitate different play ideas that you're modeling for them. If they don't have some of these skills, you can watch one of our early series that addresses those. Once you are ready to do so, then in this series, what we're going to take a look at is how to share ideas and accept ideas from another person, how to make a shared plan for your play and then enact that, and then how to address and avoid rigidity within different play sets so that you can have fun making mistakes and sharing silly ideas. One thing you may notice is that your child can get stuck doing certain routines the same way each time. And we've talked about this a little bit in terms of family life and activities of daily living, but you may also see this in play, where, for example, if you are building with blocks, your child might want to build the same structure each time, or if you're drawing a picture, they might want all of the parts of the picture to match the exact colors in real life, and they're not able to be flexible, for example, to make a purple ladybug or to make the grass purple. So one of the things that we're going to address here is how to avoid feeding into that as you teach these new play skills, and how to teach your child to have fun when they make mistakes. So one of the things to look at is whether your child tends to react to problems, mistakes, errors by crying, getting upset, yelling about the problem, insisting on it being fixed, and that tends to be kind of almost an instantaneous reaction. And if that's the case, then we want to teach them a replacement for what to do when those things go wrong and have fun in doing so. So to start with, as you're teaching some of these play skills, you want to make sure that you do them a little differently each time. So if you are playing this city game that we are going to show you, you want to make sure that you put your structures in a different place each time. And if you're building with blocks and animals, you want to make sure to use different animals each time. But then we also really want to look at how to react when things go wrong and to plan things to be wrong on purpose and then have fun reacting to them. For example, using a trombone sound like wah, 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 wah when things go wrong, and having some other phrases that we can use, and then teaching making mistakes and being silly within the routine so that it becomes fun to put the giraffe in the farm or to have a building that's upside down by accident. And that way, when these types of things happen in real life, your child's go-to is now to make a silly noise and then look at how to fix it in a proactive way rather than getting upset about it. So in order to plan to have rigidity be part of your play and really have it be something that doesn't throw your child off and upset them, it's important to practice going through some certain stages so that each one becomes tolerable before you work on the next one. So the first thing that I would practice is making a mistake on purpose when you're playing and then immediately working together with your child to fix it. That way they learn, oh, it's no big deal. If there's a mistake, we'll just fix it right away and we don't need to get upset about it. And when you're planning those mistakes, it becomes really easy to help your child to engage in that problem solving with you. Once they're pretty flexible about this, then you can begin to plan a mistake on purpose that's going to remain permanently a mistake. For example, if you're doing a Mr. Potato Head and then you put the ear on top of the head instead of the hat, and you're going to leave it there. So there's a plan for one thing to be silly, and you talk to your child about it before you do it so that it's expected, and then you can practice making a sound effect or saying a silly phrase when it happens. Then you might work on fixing it and putting it back or just leaving it there. Then you might practice having an unexpected thing go wrong, so you can let them know, okay, watch out, I'm going to put something silly on, and see if they can notice when you've done the wrong thing and catch you doing it, but in a fun, positive way where they make the sound effect when they see you doing the wrong thing. And then finally, you can start to play around with just making occasional mistakes that are silly and fun, laughing about them, and just leaving them there so that it becomes expected for there to be unexpected things, but it's also no big deal. And then finally, you would want to just kind of vary and make mistakes throughout the piece on purpose. So for example, if you're doing a drawing, you might plan your drawing and then plan to have 6 or 7 things in the wrong place in the drawing, and that becomes part of the drawing. So what you end up with is a really silly picture with lots of things in the wrong place.